And welcome. We're live.
After a bye week.
Another one. Unlike the NFL, we give zero fucks and take more than one bye week.
That's true. We'll do it whenever we want.
Yeah, whatever the hell we want. Yeah, sorry for the absence. Some shitty things happened, and I've been sick for like 2 weeks. So, finally healthy enough to do this. Plus, coming off the win helps.
Yeah, that's what it really. Yeah. I mean, we skipped it because we both lost.
right.
And we didn't want to talk about it. But now we both won. And we're ready to talk
We're very
again.
happy. Yeah. The difference is that I'm last in my division. You're first in yours.
Hey, very, very happy moment for me.
For you, yeah. I feel rusty. So
yeah, I don't even have my box of props here.
I was gonna say I feel like this is the most underprepared and underwhelming show that we're ever going to have.
We had the most time to prepare.
That's true.
We
had
spent
the bye
all
week.
of it not thinking about this show at all.
No one will mistake us for Andy Reid.
No, wait, why?
Because he's one of the most successful coaches after a bye week.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
that makes sense. He's been pretty successful before the bye week too.
He's a pretty good coach.
Yeah, just don't worry. The playoffs, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Playoffs? We talk about playoffs?
Yeah, there is a difference. After this time of beating Mary, I'm not going to be talking about the playoffs. Because last time...
you were on your way up last time.
I was. And I immediately was on my way down.
Yep. Well, that's the beauty of talking shit. Usually, it comes back to haunt you.
Right.
Yours came back pretty quickly. Mine's still waiting around somewhere. So I can somehow miss the playoffs. I'm sure that is going to happen.
Right. Let's dive right into this thing.
All right.
So, unlike last time where I beat Mary by like a point and I had to sweat it out through Thursday to make sure that there was going to be no stat corrections or anything like that, left no doubt this time. Crushed her. 45 points, 45 and a half points.
Yeah.
Mary sucks.
And
you heard it here first.
And she was just down here talking about it. They say that it doesn't matter whether you lose by a point or by 47 and a half points or whatever this is.
Right.
And I think it's true because she was just as mad this time as
she was last time. She was. Yeah. Her team sucked and my team did not suck. So
this is probably your highest point total of the year. It's close to it.
I think I hit 50. I think I hit 300 or very close to 300 once. 287.
Oh, okay.
So it's barely
very close. But the thing is,
it's a lot better than the 194 I scored last week.
Yeah. And that other one there, that 168.
We're not talking about that.
I'm sorry, I just did. It's too late. You got to talk about it now.
Fuck you, Zon.
Sorry. Sorry, I'm not sorry. Yeah, I mean that's you got your team leader back.
Yeah. Leonard Fournette. Though I can't wear his jersey today. For reasons I don't want to go into. I'm so upset right now with the Jaguars.
If only you had a Colts jersey that you could wear.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yeah. I do love how he went ahead and posted the screenshot of the text that directly said that you were going to do it.
Well, in all fairness, I don't remember that conversation.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I remember a lot of the things I've talked about. So.
He posted that almost immediately. I was like, well, fuck, when did that happen? I went back through and I was like, oh shit, that did happen. And then he posted the second handshake and I was like, oh fuck. It's like I can't talk my way out of this one.
Yeah, but...
and TJ Yeldon's still putting up 17 points on my bench.
Yeah, all receptions.
Yeah, well, that's all he needs to do.
That's fine.
That means he's going to start next week instead of Hines.
I don't know, 7 points, that's solid. Marlon Mack didn't do anything either.
Everything I was happy about this season, looking forward to this season, going into the season, that was going to keep me going, is pretty much gone.
You have one thing left. Fight for that first round pick.
That's the only thing.
Yeah.
And luckily, that'll carry me through for another couple weeks. But, like, Carlos Hyde jumping over it. Not a fucking person.
And he's not going to get a chance to anymore.
Me outscoring you, even on my best week, I don't.
Yeah. It's fair.
Fucking the Naeem Hines and Douchebag McGee, whatever the hell his name, Marlon Mack.
Douchebag McGee.
Whatever the fuck it is.
That was some of the most strong commentary you had.
I'm so happy.
Was against Marlon Mack.
I tell you what,
working out very well for about 6 weeks.
It carried me through the first, I'd say 2/5 of the season.
It got you to racism.
It really
came right back.
And then downhill from there.
Yep.
I'm happy that in this matchup with Mary, it was Barkley's worst week of the season, I think.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good worst week to have.
Let me ask you, if I told you I had a player whose worst week of the season was 24 points, who wouldn't want that guy?
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
That's why I'm excited to win this number 1 overall pick.
To get that next guy.
To get the next Barkley.
Yeah, and that's if the Giants had an offensive line, then he would do a lot better. His rushing yards had to be terrible.
Oh, yeah, 67 yards.
And he probably ran 30 times. Because
probably.
I fell asleep watching that game. That's how exciting it was.
Oh, my God.
But
20 carries.
20 carries, 67
Which
yards.
actually, it was his most carries for the season.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
3 point something. It's not good.
What the hell? His yardage totals
all over the place.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what you look at. That's
but
their line is just terrible.
Receptions.
These the big numbers, the hundreds, they come from one rush for 68 yards or so for a touchdown because he breaks one. But yeah, that's what if he played on a different team, he'd do a lot better than he already does. But he some of those games he was catching 13 passes because that's all they
could do. They couldn't throw the ball beyond. For other reasons, Dallas can't throw the ball beyond 10 yards because Dak Prescott sucks.
Yeah.
They can't because Eli doesn't have time.
That's right. It is true. I mean, people shit on Eli, and I don't like him, so I don't want to really give him any credit. But
I recall
if you can't run the ball,
I recall you being extremely happy with Eli Manning in the first Super Bowl against the Giants with the Tyree catch.
Yeah.
When they beat the Patriots. Because I believe I watched that game with you at your place.
Yeah, anytime
you were thrilled.
Anytime the Patriots lose,
it's a good time.
Yeah, I'm the biggest fan of the team that is not playing that is playing the Patriots.
Right.
I'm so tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I do because we watched that in Vegas. If I'm not. No, that's not that one. Sorry.
No, we watched it at your place on Decatur.
That's right. That's a long time ago.
That was a very long time ago.
That's a very long time.
It was a very good time. Because that was the Tom Petty halftime show, right? Or was that the Prince halftime show?
I don't know.
All right, who Cody, if you're watching, who was the halftime performer in that? He's our go-to status.
I drank a lot back then, so.
I think we all drank a lot back then.
I mean, I'm currently drinking. I guess I really haven't stopped.
But it's not a lot.
I do love,
You're not going to, rip your shirt off and try to fight me at the end of this podcast. At the end of the show. That's a signature Zum move right there.
It
really was.
Yeah. I gotta get a half a beer in me and then I'm good to go.
There's days I miss it, but at the same time I'm like, no. We're way beyond. Yeah. We're way beyond Zum trying to fight somebody and run the apples.
There's so many people I tried to fight that could have kicked my ass, and for some reason they decided not to.
Well, because they're like, well, this guy.
Yeah.
He's hammered.
Get off my back! Stop choking me.
With that said, I'm gonna pull a complete dick move right here.
Okay.
If anybody's interested, I have Vander Esch who's scoring a shitload of points. Feel free to send me a trade. I know Slimmer's posted that he's got linebackers, but his linebackers are garbage. So trade me. Vander Esch is a hot item
as of this week.
The first offer that I get that is not a bullshit offer, I'm accepting. So I'm not gonna try to wheel and deal. For that first offer that comes in, if an offer comes in the middle of the show, I will accept it, as long as it's not I'll give you a 10th round pick for him, because you go fuck yourself.
So you say 9th round pick?
No.
Moving up.
No, I mean it's probably got to be
moving up, moving on. I don't know.
Like a 3rd or 4th round pick.
A linebacker has gone for a 2nd round pick already this year.
Right.
One time.
Right.
But
Austin's out of 2nd round picks.
Yeah.
Austin can't trade me for him.
That's true. However,
So I gotta ask you,
mm-hmm.
Is this the first time in the history of our league that you're not angry?
That is correct.
I'm shocked.
That is correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Happy Pirates.
It's the Happy Pirates today.
The Happy Pirates.
And it really was a dig at Ben because he got so happy about being up 100 points on Thursday night, and I just responded, "I'll save my emotions for Monday."
Right.
And the only way for me to express my emotions is through one word in my team. So
Happy.
Here you go. It made me happy that I beat Ben.
It's fantastic.
Yep. It might stick. Actually, I changed it, and it made me laugh, and so I might leave it there for a little bit, But I don't know. I don't think that the Happy Pirates can go in and win a game. So I feel like before we get to the weekend, I need to get them angry again.
We've had some significant name changes, like the time that Slimmer added an exclamation point to the end of his name.
He was so happy.
That was a big one.
He was excited to be in the league that year.
Yep, that was a big one.
That's not there anymore, right?
No,
so he's not excited anymore. He really doesn't. He doesn't show excitement anymore either.
Not anymore. He's beaten down by life. Just everything sucks for him, including his fantasy team this year. Especially his fantasy team.
Somehow that fantasy team sucks.
Yeah, so
5-5 or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, we'll get to him.
But I gotta say, for you to win by 40 points or 35 points, whatever it was, and Ben Roethlisberger scored 75 points.
Yeah, I will say, he posted that, and I might have been slightly angry. I'm always angry. That's the secret. I'm like the Hulk.
It's the secret to winning.
Yeah, but no, he posted that, and I was like, yeah, I'm pretty much. I had made a prediction before this that I was going to take over first place, which was going to require me to beat him by 30 points. Once he had 100 out of 2 players, I was like, I don't know if that's going to happen anymore. Well, then Nick Chubb happened.
Right.
92-yard touchdown run, 68 points out of nowhere.
That'll
get you the extra 30 points you need. So.
Put you over the edge.
Yep. So I'm back in first place for the first time since Ben joined this league.
And
in our division.
After all that wishy-washy back and forth, look at LaShawn McCoy.
Oh, I know. 1 week.
1 week.
1 week. In the week that I needed him.
Okay, so now that we're on the subject of the Bills.
Okay.
Coincidence? They get rid of the Peterman, and
they waited till they won to get rid of the Peterman. They were still wishy-washy. They almost let him start again, but instead they're like, "Oh shit, is there someone that we can sign and play?" And they found Barkley, who has never played well for anybody. Comes in and actually has a good game.
Yeah, the last time that Barkley played in an important game was whenever he got absolutely destroyed by Ohio State in the bowl game.
USC, right? Was that? Yeah. And then he came out. He was a round 1 draft pick.
Yep.
Cardinals, maybe.
And then sucked. Something like that. I don't care enough.
Yeah.
This is
quality commentary. This is 100% quality commentary. We know football.
We know the facts.
Yep.
So the Peterman.
The Peterman.
Interesting statistics here. So I saw an article today. It said Aaron Rodgers could throw 1,240 consecutive interceptions on 1,240 consecutive pass attempts, and he would still have a better career touchdown to interception ratio than Nathan Peterman. So 1,240 straight interceptions, and he would still be better than Peterman.
So does his career end at the 11% interception?
Oh God, I hope so.
Ratio, that is.
Hey, nobody's giving this kid a chance. I feel rather confident that Kaepernick plays in this league before Peterman, and I don't think either of them will.
Peterman stands whenever the anthem's played, so
yeah,
I'm pretty sure that he will make it.
So it continues. It continues to get better. Nathan Peterman once threw 3 interceptions and 0 touchdowns in a single game, and his career passing rating actually increased from 20.8 to 30.7. So 3 interceptions and 0 touchdowns was a better day than his career average. And then Nathan Peterman finishes his tenure with the Bills having a lower QB rating than if he simply just spiked the ball straight into the ground on every single play of his entire career.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's how he came out. His first career start, he played for Tyrod Taylor, who I believe they benched. And then he threw 5 interceptions in a half.
Right. And then they had to bring Tyrod Taylor back out for the second half, whose confidence at that point was completely destroyed anyway.
Yeah, I got benched for this guy.
Right.
How did he ever get to the NFL?
It's like, hey, Tyrod, we're down 35-0 at the half. We need you to go back in there, bud.
Jeez.
Anyway.
The Peterman. I wonder if that website's blowing up.
For his merchandise.
Yeah.
I will try to find it for the show. I listened to the Tony Kornheiser podcast, and somebody submitted a cover of the Candyman from Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
But changed it to the Peterman. It's fantastic.
Okay.
And maybe next week I'll find a copy of it online somewhere, and I'll play it for our listening audience.
The only additional Peterman thing I saw was before the season started, when they decided he was going to be their starter, they made a hype video for Nathan Peterman.
Oh my god.
And it is great because it shows him throw probably the only touchdown that he had thrown up to that point in his career, and it doesn't show anything bad. Of course.
Somebody posted, I put it in the league Facebook page, somebody posted a video. It was a tribute video showing every one of his career interceptions.
Oh yeah, I saw it. I didn't watch it. I did see that today.
It's so good.
But that's, the Peterman.
The Peterman.
May you rest in peace.
Right. Do we have anything else we want to talk about on this?
No.
No, we'll move on.
No.
So congratulations.
Thank you. And condolences to Ben, by the way.
Yeah.
So.
Yep, condolences, bud. Let's move on. Armchair QBs and the Tyrannosaurus Flex. Prince in 07 and Tom Petty in 08. Okay. There we go. Thank you, Mary. I guess Cody dropped the ball. He's not out there gathering our statistics.
We have a new statistician.
Right. Cody's been replaced.
Can you tell us how many ACL tears there have been, Mary?
Yeah, hurry up, Mary.
It's 50. You already know because Cody already posted it. So
you know what? I think Cody is actually not watching today.
No, that's unfortunate.
I believe he is playing Pathfinder with Chris Adams.
I don't know what that is.
It's like Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. So he'll be playing it for the next 14 hours.
Probably.
Demogorgon.
They're streaming on Twitch. Check it out. Yeah. After this. For 4 viewers. All right, so Tyrannosaurus Flex. Talk about a shitty year, man. I kind of had some... okay. The Le'Veon Bell situation fucked him.
Yeah, it did.
I don't think it would have made too much of a difference.
By the way, I don't know if you saw this, but before this week started, actually at the end of the game this week, Le'Veon Bell has turned down more money than any other running back will make this year.
And he's bitching because he's not getting paid enough.
Yeah, and then he decided not to play at all. But
I mean, I get it. The whole let's talk to Earl Thomas. Earl, we haven't checked in with you yet.
How do you feel about playing under a franchise tag?
Right.
He doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it at all.
Right. So
it does make sense. I understand what he's doing. It's just
yeah.
It was something I would have still never anticipated. Even now that it has occurred, I still can't believe that it occurred. And that Slemmer picked Connor in like round 6 or 7. At that point, you look around at what's left over in round 6 or 7 in our league, it probably was still a good speculative pick for next year.
Right.
But I wasn't thinking like that at that time. So,
should have been.
Yeah, should have been. Because he could have put him there, and the people. If we look at who else was picked in that round, I guarantee you that there's not much quality, and Connor still would have been a fine pick for a next year speculative ad.
Right. It sickens me that Le'Veon Bell has passed up on more money than you and I will collectively make in our lifetimes.
Yeah, he pretty much did that in week 1.
Right. No, I know, but still, like...
But yeah, it is
like, maybe even more money than probably more money than our entire league will collectively make.
Probably. And it's no big deal to him because he's already made $16.5 million.
So disgusting.
But it's alright, because most likely he will suffer from some terrible brain injury and
right.
not make it very long, so... Or be just horribly depressed. That seems to be what happens when you have lots of money. But here we do have 5th round coming up here. I guess there's still... Now he was maybe 7th. Where is Slemmer?
This is 7th. Benjamin Watson, Christian Kirk, James Conner. So 5th round.
5th round. And I see a lot of not good.
Yeah, there's a lot of defensive players, a lot of quarterbacks, and a lot of not very good players.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that was the second pick that I was able to make because I'd given away all the rest of my picks.
Right. Speaking of which, if you want to offer me a trade right here, right now, for Van Der Esch, anybody,
man, that would go so against my ethics of fantasy football that though I really would like to place him on my team, I can't do it.
But he's not a convict.
He's not a convict.
He's a good guy.
It's not about the. It's. I've made fun of everyone who keeps defensive players. I've made fun of everyone who trades for defensive players. I can't be putting that boat. I want to.
I've never traded for a defensive player, but I've been more than happy to trade him.
Yeah, and the thing is, maybe it's not that bad of an idea. He's the new Sean Lee, apparently, but I don't know. I can't do it. I'll let someone else do it. I made a good trade, I think, and I still regret
it. Mike Evans?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I don't want to make a trade for a defensive player and sit at the draft next year and be waiting the 45 minutes between my picks because I don't have one and be like, oh my god, I can't believe I have Van Der Esch for this misery.
Somebody drafts the next James Conner.
Yeah,
you're like, Van Der Esch for him?
And I won't even pick Van Der Esch in the round that I'm going to give him to you.
Okay, so Austin, Jeff with the win. We'll get back to this. Nobody even fucking cares. First of all, Cooper Kupp.
ACL tear number 50.
He's out.
49.
He's out.
Something.
So take those points off the board. Jeff's going to crash hard. He's only 5-5. He's going to fall out of the playoffs. You've heard it here first. We only report the facts, and the fact is he's missing the playoffs.
We're not even going to pay attention to who he plays. He plays in a very weak division, so I think he's got 2 cakewalks coming up.
He will miss the playoffs.
Okay. I think
he's not winning his division, though.
At one point in time, we had him winning the division. Now,
yeah,
he's got the weakest division leader.
It's Rodney.
Yes, in the league.
Ouch.
Yeah, so
Ouch.
That's going to be his hardest game coming up, and he has a potential to overtake him. Because you look at the league. I know that Jeff has points because
he's got points,
Mr. 400, I'm sure, has points.
For division lead, the only thing that matters is
division record.
Oh, he's got no. Rodney would have to lose out, and Jeff would have to win out. That's the only way that Jeff catches Rodney.
But if he overtakes some regular record, he still overtakes him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that would have to be the same thing also.
Okay.
Rodney would have to lose out. Jeff would have to win out. So
we got 3 games left.
Yeah, 2 games.
It's only 2 games.
2 games left. Week 11.
No, we have 3 because I have to play. I got Dylan this week.
Oh, because of the rivalry week.
Yep, I got to freaking play Jordan for rivalry week.
God.
Why does my rival have to be good?
And Rodney plays me, and Jeff plays Austin.
Oh, that makes sense.
But you know what? I'm not one to throw things out there.
You aren't at all.
Without any kind of hard evidence, and I'm not going to say anything. I'm just putting it out there. If it comes down to rivalry week and Austin is already out of playoff contention and Jeff has to win that game, Austin will lay down.
What? You think so?
I do.
You think that he's going to let his brother in? That does sound like something that he would.
Because they've made some trades to help each other in the past that they were borderline shady trades, but not enough that I could cancel them.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. You're questioning
like Scott and Jimmy, their trades.
Yeah, their trades are definitely. I mean, I think, they made a trade that. What was it? It was 2 receivers that are just terrible.
Right.
And they just made the trade. I feel like they just need to make trades.
Well, the last trade that Scott had, I actually, because it was Scott and Jimmy, I actually sent Scott a message because, I was looking at it and couldn't figure it out. I just...
How it helps anybody?
No, how it benefited Scott at all. It was like a full on one-sided trade in my mind, but I was looking at it briefly at work, and I sent him a message, and I was like, I'm not looking at all the facts. I don't have everything in front of me. I'm at work. Before I accept this trade, can you explain to me why? Like, what the fuck? And then he got real defensive, and his response was, Jimmy gave me the draft picks in order to take on his players that had contracts because I had more than 5 and I could afford to drop them, and it would free up contract or the other way around. Like, it was freeing up contracts for like Jimmy had the extra contracts so he could drop the players, and it would free up the contracts for Scott, but Scott was more or less giving him draft picks.
Okay.
Because like he was sending Jimmy better draft picks and better players. But
they were keepers.
It was to clear out the contracts.
Okay.
Which I was like, it's a bullshit thing, but at the same time, it's something that I can justify.
I guess.
And both teams suck, so it's not like it's changing a goddamn thing.
No one's gonna complain about it. The only one I saw
Bill
was
Rudwood.
He got rid of my my drop off to him of the. Heck, I don't even remember his name anymore. He plays for the Eagles.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember either.
And he picked up Alan Hearns, and I was like, both these receivers are terrible.
Right. Just replacing trash with trash.
And that's what I will say. Like, I think that the trade I made with him, we both benefited from because he got my pick, and I got the player that he couldn't keep anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, which makes sense.
It hasn't worked out as well as I had hoped it would work out, but I do have one war, though. He did win me one game, so that I would not have won otherwise, and therefore I guess that is probably worth the trade.
Wins above replacement.
That's right.
A little baseball action.
Why not?
Sabermetrics. Let's really dive into this.
We're a sports show here. We know stuff.
We have a statistician.
We have a statistician. We have multiple statisticians, actually.
Well, yeah, one's off today.
Whoever decides to comment is our statistician.
Right. Because though I have a computer here and the ability to look up anything and everything, I refuse to.
Yep. So we're only on the third game. We didn't even talk about it. We did talk about... so Tim would obviously be a better team if he had Bell.
Yeah. And
Austin
will lay down for Jeff.
Austin will
or
lay down
vice
for
versa. With whichever... Because they both had the same record. Jeff's in a better position, but come down to it.
But yeah, think about it though. We have already laid down the gauntlet and said that Austin is the better Lee brother.
He is the better Lee brother. He is a better human being.
And it's not just about human being though. We have said that he is the better Lee brother in general. Fantasy football.
It's true.
Life. Is Jeff willing to lay down for that and then prove our point? That's
true.
Question.
That's true. Jeff, you gonna lay down for your brother?
And then is Austin willing to take these nice things that we have said about him and then just trash him by?
Austin's competitive.
I will say, like, Austin has believed in our division this entire year. I didn't believe in our division. I didn't even believe in my own team, and yet here I am in first place in our division. We had 3 of the top 5 scores this week. So maybe
it's 1 week, bud.
He was onto something.
It's 1 week.
Maybe he was onto something. You are correct. It is 1 week, but I mean, we'll see. Bring the chowder and straight cash homie. Surprise.
Yeah, shocker here. Straight cash homie taking the win. Still in second place. Happy about that.
You know what I don't like to see about that? The one player that was holding him down scores 55 points.
Yeah, well, plus the one thing that I don't like to see about it is scoring 309 with your quarterback scoring 18.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he should probably get used to that because he's got Brady. So he's going to have the week that, 29 points. It wouldn't matter. He benched Brady while he was playing. Impressive.
It's true.
Yeah. That's what Brady's one of those quarterbacks. Great quarterback in real life, terrible fantasy quarterback.
Let's not give him too much credit. A intern statistician would have known that Tennessee has the number 1 defense in the league right now.
That's true.
So I mean that's an easy bench, and Brady is laid down against tough opponents this year. See, like Detroit.
Yeah.
Not a tough opponent.
So no,
it's
not laying down against tough defense. It's laying down against any former Bill Belichick coach.
That's true. Just the 2.
Do you think he's trying to prove a point?
That would be really funny.
Yeah, it's
like failing on purpose to screw Belichick over.
Let me just show you that it's not the coach, it's me. And I will show you by any time that any other coach plays him, they beat him.
Right, that's true. For the first time in Belichick's career, too. Because like he's owned his former coaches until this point.
That's the only two he's played this year. He's lost two, and they weren't even close.
Which is funny because like Patricia was like running that team into the ground until that game. Yep. Yeah. Vrabel though, I love Vrabel. He's an Ohio State guy.
Yeah, I figured. Well, anybody who went to Ohio State,
great guy,
walks on water to you.
No, not to me. They're above and beyond most
in life.
Yeah, they're above and beyond most. No, like Vrabel was the linebackers coach for Ohio State for a while as well.
Okay.
And like that linebacker, like James Laurinaitis, AJ Hawk, that type of situation.
Okay.
I mean, you're talking about fucking studs. But anyway, I could talk about Ohio State all day.
Yeah. Something we're here for.
That's not what we're here for. I'll move on. Whatever. I mean, I won't give the fans what they actually want.
2 good keepers for next year. Gordon and
Tajon Sharp.
No.
Blake Bortles.
Deshaun Watson. He's not in right now.
Yeah.
Freaking Bortles scored 52 points though. That's a respectable quarterback score.
It's ridiculous. Demaryius Thomas, maybe.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, he's only had one game
Henry.
for Houston. Yeah, he does get to keep Henry for 2 more years. You're welcome, Scott.
He'll probably try to keep Will Fuller.
Well, that would make sense, I think, in his situation. He's in the conundrum you were in. He's dropped everybody who
was worth keeping.
We'll see if he can draft correctly.
Right. He's never proven in the history of his time in the league that he could do that.
Yeah, I think the thing is, he had a lost year this year anyway. He didn't have a pick until like round 9.
Yeah, he was out of it from the get-go.
He must have had a chance last year if he did.
He did, and crashed and burned, which was fantastic.
Which makes it's the best thing that can happen to anyone in this league, except for us.
Right. All right. So Dylan's team and Nightwings. No surprise here. Nightwings steamrolled Dylan's team. It was nice to see Dylan mostly put in a full roster. I know when he played, I think Mary the week before, he scored like 120 points because he didn't play anybody. Yeah. So Dylan, I appreciate you starting people, though. If you're not paying attention to your team enough to start a roster, I highly doubt you're watching this video.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Nightwings, huge game by Breida. Look at that.
Yeah, he was their offense that game.
Holy cow.
And they had that one all the way through what I was watching, but apparently they lost.
I haven't watched a minute of NFL football since like week 5.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot. But
you got something to watch for.
That's true.
Ezekiel Elliott was 67 points. I didn't even watch the Dallas-Philadelphia game. I had no hope that they would win that game. Plus, I was busy. This weekend was rough, but
yeah, Elliott had a hurdle. He jumped over a guy that.
I know. I did see that. I saw the highlight. I mean, I watched the highlights of the Dallas game.
I still like when I watch them do that. It seems like such a bad decision.
Right.
They're gonna break a leg.
Right. But he never does. Yeah, I mean, he did that in college all the time.
I know.
When he played for Ohio State.
They're this far away from breaking a leg.
Right.
Or tearing their ACL.
Well, or being upended and landing on their head.
Yeah.
Because I've seen that happen.
Des Bryant. Wasn't Des Bryant landing on his neck? No. Irvin.
Michael Irvin.
Yeah. I'm thinking way too.
A long time ago.
Yeah. No, Des Bryant just takes 6 months off and tears his Achilles tendon because he hasn't been working out.
He showed up out of shape.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen. I mean, that's what I think Bell probably made the bet. I don't think Bell was probably in shape to play football. So he would have screwed himself up, and now he's going to go into next season to see who's going to pay him.
So why don't you just go in for one play and
pretend like you
pull a hammy?
Yes. I think we've already talked about that on this show.
How do you not like? It's not. He clearly doesn't have too much honor or.
No, I do love that they someone brought up a tweet that he had tweeted back in like 2013 about how if you decide to not play football and you are not injured or have any other extenuating circumstances, then you don't love the game. That's a direct thing that he had tweeted out,
so funny.
And then he has gone and done exactly what he had said would not happen. But we'll see next year whether it was worth it. Do you think that Tim keeps him? I think I probably would.
I would,
especially on his team.
Yeah,
there's nobody else to franchise that's worth it.
For whatever team he plays for, he's going to be a stud for at least 2 more years.
They'll give him 400 touches.
Yeah,
until he breaks.
He's going to end up doing exactly what he doesn't want to do this year, but at least that he's going to have the money to back it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, and that's what I think he's probably going to search the fully guaranteed contract that Kirk Cousins got.
Which is
ridiculous. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, the one thing, look at that freaking tight end score.
Zach Ertz, 59 points.
I believe, and this is no factual basis, that is probably the highest score a tight end has ever put up in this league.
I know.
Kelsey's put up some big numbers. Gronkowski has put up some big numbers.
I know personally that Gronkowski has outscored that because in my other league with the same scoring, I had Gronkowski for 4 years. And there was like an 82-point game at one point and a couple 70-point games. But, I mean, it's fucking rare.
Yeah, now that you're looking at the tight ends that are available, that pretty much outscores the season total of any tight end that is on the waiver wire.
What I was actually looking for
that would have put him way ahead.
Yeah. Oh, man. The highest scoring tight end by 32 points for the season. One more game though.
Yeah.
So him and Kelsey are pretty dead on, but the third highest.
Wait,
is
actually
Kittle.
no. Kelsey hasn't had a bye week yet.
Oh, Ertz had the bye week.
Yeah,
shit.
Ertz has had the bye week and has scored more points.
Yeah, 32 points.
But it wasn't that way until I think Kelsey only scored like 18 points this week, so he got outscored by 50 something.
Yeah.
So that's what did it. But even so, I mean, Ertz has got more receptions by a long 100. 100 targets.
Look at Gronkowski outside of the top 15.
Yep. Why would Slimmer keep a guy like that?
That's awesome. Gronkowski being outscored by 160 points.
Yeah.
Come on now. I love it.
Well, this would be Kelsey's been TE1 for 3 years running, I think. So
until this year.
Yeah, this will be the first time maybe that he is not it. But I mean, he's still.
But you know the best part about it though is the fact that the Eagles suck.
He's doing this great stuff, but it doesn't matter because they're not going to make the playoffs.
The only thing the Eagles can say about this season is that they have not lost to the Browns.
There you go. That's something.
Yeah, who's lost to the Browns this year?
Falcons have.
Exactly.
Very, very, very decisively. It wasn't even a game.
What the hell's going on with them?
It was an outdoor game, 40 degrees.
Outdoor game. They're playing football. They're being paid millions of dollars to play football. Come on.
They play their football in a dome in Georgia. They don't understand it. It's a lot of times they can, but it's every year the Falcons lose when they go outside and play in the winter. And I'm not saying that doesn't make them pussies because it makes them pussies.
They beat Washington though.
Did they? Mm-hmm. Washington's not very good.
Like 38. So Washington's 6-2 winning their division.
They're not very good.
They're not very good. That division sucks.
Absolutely. But now, so I'm going to make a bold prediction, and I don't really want to drive him to roster a whole team.
Okay.
I'm going to lose to Dylan this week. I'm calling it right now. My entire team is on bye.
I will tell you that if it comes down to it, I'm calling Dylan and I'm telling him that he needs to start players.
I don't like that. But that's all right. It is what it is. I don't like to lose. So we skipped the week that I lost to a team that didn't even roster a full roster. And yet then came back. So he didn't put a full team in. He scored 285 points. He put his full team in and scored 230 this week.
Go figure.
That doesn't make any sense. Makes me very sad.
Right. Now, this has got to be the shock of the week.
Oh, absolutely.
So, Smacked by D's Boys smacked Just for Phones.
In the face. How much did it look like? What
I believe we have some footage of that.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Oh, snap.
That's what just like Smacked by D's Boys, rising from the depths.
Right. Whack.
He's
fantastic.
He's been searching for that octopus this entire season. He found it, and
Finally.
now he smacked the shit out of Jordan.
Jordan 7-2, still or 7-3, still respectable, but losing to the 2-8 smacked by these boys.
Yep.
I gotta say, I'm very happy to see Ingram score 42 points.
Yeah.
Mainly because I have him in the league that I play in that still doesn't matter because my team fucking sucks in that league too. But
he did something.
At least it's something.
Yeah. Also, everyone on the Saints scored something in that game.
And Carlos Hyde with 3 rushes for 5 yards and 0 people jumped over.
Oh man, it doesn't say that.
It did. It was on there.
He jumped over one person to get those 5 yards.
Stats.
He tripped over the line 3 times. Technically, walked over somebody.
Right.
That's what. So he's got a good tight end there. That's
Ebron
and Trubisky, QB1 stats.
Not consistent, but huge
20,
games. Holy cow.
74. 20.
He scored 70, 74, 83, but he's also scored 26, 20, and 37. Yeah, not consistent, but good.
He only scored 20 because they were playing Buffalo and he had no reason to throw the ball.
That is true.
I think it showed 12 completions.
They had
435 yards and 1 touchdown, yet they had 41 points.
41 points.
Because
the Peterman.
The Peterman.
The Peterman can.
The Peterman can throw interceptions for return touchdowns.
That's very true.
Yep.
That's disgusting.
But Smack by these boys still not good, so he just beat one of the teams that I think is a contender.
Right.
But he has no chance of winning any other games.
No chance of winning any other games.
No.
Jordan, better luck next week. Did Jordan have people on bye? Was this a down week? Yeah, Latavius Murray, Stephon Diggs. So he had some heavy hitters on bye and didn't start Wentz.
Yeah, he's going to be fully reliant now that he's traded for Dalvin Cook on the Minnesota Vikings, who have not played like they should have. He doesn't have the only Viking that matters, Thielen.
Yeah. I mean, Cook had that one big week, which is what got Jordan to trade for him. It'll be interesting to see.
I don't think it's a bad trade. He got rid of the contract, too.
Yeah.
No one wants Jordan Howard for 2 more years.
Nobody wants Jordan Howard for 2 more games.
Except for Big Whoop.
That's a big mistake.
Yeah.
All right. Let's power through these last 2.
Yeah, we're how far are we?
Well, we still got 10 minutes.
Man, we're going to make it.
Trucking along.
Yeah. Trucking along. Speaking of pickup of the week, now I have no idea. I haven't even looked at
pickup of the week, which we haven't actually done research on.
No, did anyone pick up any of these players? I have no idea.
Oh God, I have no clue.
Yep.
I couldn't even tell you who's been picked up recently.
No. Okay. Nelson Aguilar. There we go. He traded hands.
Yep.
18 points.
There we go.
There you go. Good enough.
Pickup of the week.
Good job, Jimmy.
That's awful.
We applaud you. And your 100 and he got 200 this time.
He broke 200, which is nice. Good job, Jimmy.
Good job, Jimmy.
Way to go. He's behind me. That's all that's important.
Is he the only one? No.
No,
that's right.
I'm in 11th.
That's right. You have 4
playoffs, baby.
There is potential. You could win out.
I am not mathematically eliminated yet.
It's gonna happen.
I still got 3 games.
It didn't happen this week.
But
then we have the worst division leader.
Yeah, Gothic Assholes, another down week. Sammy Watkins putting up the big fat 0. That's rough.
He didn't play, did he?
I honestly,
he didn't play.
Tell you, Sammy Watkins is expected to return in week 11. So no, I guess not.
No, he did not play.
Yeah, he was close to suiting up, but didn't. But Rodney was so confident that he was going to win anyway.
No, he didn't.
He said, "Fuck it."
Yeah, and he was right. Good job, Rodney.
Way to go, Rodney.
You don't need points or anything to hold on to that lead in that division.
Rodney, Mark Barron is absolute garbage. Send me an offer, Van Der Esch.
He's not looking for linebackers.
I know he's looking for a running back. TJ Yeldon will outscore Giovanni Bernard. Send me an offer. Nyheim Hines will score the same as Giovanni Bernard. Send me a trade.
Yep.
Yeah, so this game...
Garbage.
Yep, garbage. No surprise.
Hey, look. It doesn't... The thing is, I was rooting for Cody last week for the first time ever this entire season.
Because he was playing Slimmer?
No, because he was playing Big Wolf.
Oh, the week before. Okay, yeah.
And he just finds a way to lose that game.
Right.
Which made it very difficult for me to reclaim my first place in my division. I did it anyway.
Right.
But it wasn't because of any help of Cody.
Dick.
And you know what? I bet right before we went on by, he was posting stuff like looking around for other undefeated teams. Looks like you didn't make it yet either. And his point total is dropping significantly.
Right. 305. Beatable. Yep. You heard it here first.
Beatable by only 2 other players. Me and Austin this week. But yeah, he is beatable because he has been beaten.
He has been beaten.
Yep.
And Christian McCaffrey is not going to score 49 points every week.
He might.
He's only done it 3 other times.
He might. But I mean, the thing is,
what's his final week? Oh, he's got some weak in the playoffs. Look here, Christian McCaffrey up against some weak defenses. Strong defenses. Cleveland, New Orleans, and what would be the championship game, the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
McCaffrey's not scoring any points against those stout defenses.
He's not getting to the championship to worry about Atlanta letting him run for 300 yards. He's going to lose.
It's going to be
Cleveland week.
It's going to be
week. He's going out. It's going to be not
torn
good.
ACL. Are we hearing it here first?
I told you everyone was tearing their ACL. You heard that at the draft several times, and I'm only slightly wrong because there are like 2,600 people rostered in the NFL.
Right.
And only 50 have torn their ACL so far.
Small percentage.
Yeah, still a lot.
There's still a lot of time.
Yeah, still a lot. That's what we have our resident physical therapist.
Right.
What's the return time from an ACL injury? Physical therapist. And I'm glad to see that Darius Leonard finally didn't score 45 points.
That is very true.
I'm sure that it has not happened many times, but it feels...
He's coming back down to earth.
Yeah, he only scored 36-50 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he's averaging like 22 points over the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's good. That's what the team that didn't need to have someone that was scoring 50 points on defense was this team. And now it's not happening. Very beatable.
Right.
First round of the playoffs.
Out.
Cody's gone.
Gone. You heard it here first. Cody losing in the first
we have bye weeks, don't we?
No.
No bye weeks. Cody,
no.
Week 1 lost to number 8 team, which is going to be a halfway decent team because
it's going to be Tree Stump.
She's
going to beat him.
Everyone fighting for 8th place puts up points.
Or Slimmer, but I don't.
Slimmer's, man,
it's up in the air because right now, like 8th place could easily be Slimmer. It could be Tree Stump. It could be Armchair QBs. It could be Nightwings. Realistically, I think that's the list. And any one of those teams can put up a score that could beat Ultralight Team. They probably won't, but they could.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, the same thing with Straight Cash Helmy. I don't want to predict both of them going out in the first round. I would love to see them both go out in the first round, so I want to predict it. But I don't want to be wrong. So
okay.
I pick Ultralight Team out first round because he watches the video. And we'll hear it.
So here we go. There's a good chance that Ultralight plays Tree Stump or Slimmer in the first round of the playoffs. More than likely, Ultralight is going to beat both those teams to round out the rest of the season. Either one of those two teams that he plays in the first round, it'll be their third matchup. And as we know, it is nearly impossible to beat the same team 3 times in one season.
In real football.
You heard it here first. Whichever one of those two teams gets the number 8 overall seed will take out Cody in the first round.
Fair enough.
You heard it here first.
That is assuming he maintains the number 1 pick.
He's not going to lose the number 1 spot. I don't see it happening.
What's his point lead?
That's the wrong link. His point lead is only 28
points.
Yeah.
Well, because you got to look at Chris probably has the easier schedule by far.
Chris is the only one that has a chance of taking it. It's between those two. They'll be 1 and 2.
He's going to play Bring the Chowder and Smack by These Boys the next 2 weeks? Or does he have to play Jordan, who just scored a daunting 227 points?
Right. He's got to play Jordan and the other team, Smack by These Boys.
So he's got 1 easy win.
And then we have the rivalry week, which he has to play Big Whoop.
Okay.
There's a chance.
Okay.
And then who's the other guy?
The other guy? There's no other guy taking over number 1 spot.
No, Cody. He
Cody's
plays
got
Dylan.
Dylan's
He's played, so there's no chance.
But his next 2 weeks, though, are going to be...
Slimmer and Treestone.
Right, so he's got...
No, it's going to be me.
Okay.
It's going to be me.
Yeah, but look at you, 282, man. You got it.
Me and Treestone. Anyway.
So it'll be interesting. Either way, one of those two is losing the first round. I don't want to pick... I do want to pick Cody because he's going to listen to this. I already did pick Cody.
Oh, he's going to lose
just like one bite. You can't go back on your picks.
You can't go back.
So
once it's said.
Cody loses first round. Chris loses second round. You heard it here first. Champion.
Did we go over the convict team yet?
Oh, shit. Oh, sorry. And it should have gone for the Night Wings whenever we were talking. I was too busy talking about how great our division was to remember to talk about the convict team. You know what? We have a banner week for the convict team.
Oh, boy.
And if I could roster a full team, they'd be in the 400 club. But I couldn't. So
that's with one player out.
Yeah, because there's not enough bad defensive players. Someone tell me who on the defense, as a linebacker, as a defensive back, does something. Look, Adam Jones scoring 3, really holding us back. Lots of offensive players really stepped up. But I was going to give the MVP to Ezekiel Elliott for 67 out of a running back.
Got to.
Because that's just... an absurd score.
Though,
I wanted to give it to McCoy just because he hasn't done anything all year and comes out and scores 41.
I can't believe you got that bum on your team.
Yeah, I know.
Where's your morals?
I don't have any. Even though I came up with the morals team, and I still have.
And look here at this list. Do you see Bloibs Blands anywhere?
Never. Do you see Bloibs Bland anywhere near the leaderboard of this league?
I am a couple weeks away from being in the playoffs.
Couple weeks.
You heard it here first.
Not going to happen.
You heard it here first.
Yep. But yeah, first number 1 overall score for the convict team, 376. They pounded everybody. By 46 points over the top scorer, Night Wings, of the week.
Pounded them.
Yep. That's what. It's good to be bad. It's good to be bad.
It's good to be bad.
That's what the convicts
Unless
say.
you're me, because I have morals and you'll suck.
And then we skipped week 9. They did something, but I didn't actually tabulate it. So
highest score in the league in week 9.
Probably. Probably not. Week 9, that's where bye weeks are crushing this defense.
Right.
They're crushing this defense. There's nobody.
Only 4 players to choose from as it is.
There's nobody to put in. That's what I stopped. I was going to total the score up, but I didn't have a tight end, I didn't have a linebacker, and I didn't have a defensive back. So they just went on bye. Week 9.
Week 9 was their bye week. Everybody gets a bye week.
That's right.
Some people get 2.
See, because they have done bad things, they didn't let them out to play. They had to stay in and do some, license plate manufacture or something.
That's
maybe
fantastic.
clean up the side of the road.
That's fantastic.
So, no convict team week 9. If there would have been a convict team week 9, unfortunately Ben Roethlisberger wins the MVP again for the second time.
Garbage.
So. But, the thing is, having one player off the convict team that scores tons of points doesn't win you games, apparently.
Not only does it not win you games, but Vander Esch is available. Send me your offers.
It has nothing to do with what we're
talking about. It had nothing
to
do with anything. I want trade offers right now. I wish somebody was actually watching this. They cared enough. I know they cared enough to send me an offer. I just checked. I have no offers.
Yeah, you wanted the live trade.
I did. Let's make a deal.
Not happening.
I'm making you an offer right now.
We're at an hour, and therefore we have to shut off this video. Have a lovely week.
We'll hopefully see you next week.
Maybe.
We're running out of steam.